Lagos State, through the Ministry of Health and through the instructions of Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, we're modernizing our health infrastructure, not just looking at the buildings and developing new modern infrastructure for our medical personnel and for our patients, but also improving on the human resources for health across the sector. Today we're focusing on the ambulance service, LASAMBUS. And an important aspect of the health sector is an emergency component, the aspect of pre-hospital care. What happens to a patient who is in need of medical attention but is not in a hospital or is not in a medical facility? That patient needs to be stabilized at the point of need and then moved in a pre-hospital medical environment, which is an ambulance, with the right personnel, the experts that know how to manage a patient en route to a medical facility.
This is part of an initiative by the Ministry of Health to ensure that we extend our ambulance services to the waterways and remote inaccessible areas inaccessible by road. And it is also an example of the kind of partnerships that can occur between different arms of government, because the boat actually belongs to LASWA but will be operated by the Ministry of Health. And it is mainly to deal with emergencies on water, but to also provide outreach services to riverine communities. It's part of a plan that has been initiated by Mr. Governor to ensure that emergency services in Lagos are ramped up and we can respond very, very quickly to emergencies.
We've deployed that ambulance to add to our fleet of emergency pre-hospital care structure. So right now we're just about to commission the brand new 10 intensive ambulances, plus 8 recently donated, plus an existing 5 transport ambulances over on top of our existing fleet of 17, which brings us to a total of 37 ambulances plus 1 water ambulance to deliver care on the waterways.
LASAMBUS is a very personnel intensive service. People there work 24 hours a day, and when they work, they're off the next day and the day after, and then they work on the 3rd day. For every ambulance, we need a crew of at least 3 people. So it's very human resource intensive, and the human resources there require regular training. Certification for ALS, advanced care, is valid for only about 2 years. So the nurses, the doctors that are involved with the service require this training every 2 years. There's also basic care training that is provided, which is also valid for 2 years. That is the level of training that is provided for mainly the paramedics and the ambulance drivers, so that they are also knowledgeable about what to do when there's a patient there.
How does an ambulance get to you in a time of need? Obviously, you have to make a call, and you can put that call through to 767 or 112, which will direct you to one of our ambulance base stations, which is closest to you, where you can deliver your information and an ambulance will be dispatched.
To do that, we want to ensure we have, one, enough ambulances, and ambulances that are properly equipped with state-of-the-art equipment. We need staff that are properly trained with up-to-date training and are certified. And then to ensure, of course, that the ambulances are running regularly, they have fuel for their activities, they have communication gadgets to be able to do that. They use modern technology to be able to locate where ambulances are and to be able to keep data from the patients that they respond to. That's on the side of LASAMBUS.
Because we've added this new number of ambulances to our LASAMBUS fleet, response time has improved from about 30 minutes to 15 minutes. We are able to deploy ambulances to more critical areas and to be able to respond faster. We have 36 ambulance points across Lagos. These are where we have parked at critical locations where we feel that there is high need and high demand for access to ambulances because of accidents or emergencies. We've got a plan for 5 new ambulance bays. 3 of them have been constructed, are already in use. 2 more are in construction. And this year we're going to be looking at developing up to 20 ambulance bays, 1 in each of the local governments. Those ambulance bays will be located within medical facilities, generally speaking, whilst the ambulance points will be located at strategic locations but protected within a local government headquarters.
LASAMBUS is often a first responder in a fire, in accidents. When our ambulances get to fire incidents, because we are not fire trucks and people are waiting for water, they tend to attack ambulance service. They attack the ambulances, they attack the people. And this puts a lot of our ambulances out of commission and our people out of work. So we would like our people to please take care of these ambulances, because the ambulances were provided by the governor for their use.
So I'd just like to appeal to Lagosians that when you hear the siren of an ambulance behind you, please create the opportunity for the ambulance to pass. It's important that we get a patient from their state of emergency to a hospital in good time. Mr. Governor is very, very clear about the fact that he wants a well-planned, well-organized, rapid response medical emergency system operating in our state for all our benefit.